Hello, guys. Welcome back to Bro Hotel Talks. Sorry, our podcast is gonna be out late this week. It was just because we were trying to find a guest for this week, in which we did find one. But today we have Jotaro
That woman, that kid is not my son.
and Papa Abraham,
It is I, Papa.
and obviously it's me, Pudgeon. Jamal's out this week because he does not have an accessible mic, and
Again.
guest starring our first guest of the podcast, introducing Tempest.
I have to say, Jamal's a bit busy because my mic is also not functioning, but yet still here I am.
Good enough.
Hey,
Alright,
we know
anyway.
each other.
Fancier than pie.
Alright. Anyways, this week's edition of Bro Hotel Talks is School Stories Part 2, like we said we would have last week. Yes, numero dos. I know Jotaro does have a lot of school stories left.
I
I
have
don't
to
know
pull
about
them up
Papa
again.
Abraham. I definitely have some in the back of my brain. And Tempest is probably just has tumbleweeds in his brain right now. But
I
anyways,
have
I know.
like one.
Says that.
It's terrible.
Pudgeon, I forgot to tell you about this last time, but should we start off with this story about the exchange student, quote unquote?
Oh yeah, no, we'll do that one. All right. So this story is obviously we call it the exchange student. These are just so you know, you guys know these are not fake stories, obviously, because it's our school
Yeah,
stories.
yeah.
But we just give
Or
them
are they?
names because it has to. No, we're not content grubbing story makers. Anyways,
We're not
so
like Luna.
Hold on, let me search Reddit for a moment. Let me get some visuals.
all right.
Let's see what
Anyways,
the
so
neckbeards have to say.
but in the exchange student, so we were I forget we were at some sort of event and our grade was like are about to go into like the auditorium or whatever it was. Was it the church? Maybe it was the church. Anyways,
it was
my
the church.
friend in front of me, um, he was talking and like I guess we were supposed to be silent. I kind of forget what the premise was. We were supposed to be silent. He was like talking. I guess I think it was to me. He was talking to me, and a teacher, like I wasn't saying anything, but he was just like telling me jokes, anything. And the teacher just walks up, and she goes, "What's your name? You shouldn't be talking here. I'm gonna tell your teacher." And he goes, "Ramir, I am an exchange student." And the teacher just questions him, and she's like, "You're an exchange student," and he was like, "Are you saying I'm not an exchange student because I'm white?" And then the teacher walks up to our teacher, Mrs. Blue from last week's school story. She walks up to our teacher and she goes, "This kid was speaking Ramir. Apparently he's an exchange student." And the teacher was just Miss Blue was just so confused. She's like, "What?" It was just she just seemed so lost. And at that point, it was like the school year was almost over. She just gave up. And Ramir, that's his new nickname. Ramir lives on forever.
I thought it was Maurice.
No, it's Ramir.
Oh.
Maurice is the name of the beautiful lemur from Madagascar. The
I know, but we
wonderful
call him
film.
Maurice.
No, we
that's-
also called him Maurice.
He was, I mean, more about Maurice. He was recently involved in the taking over of Iran. I think he beats the Taliban, but, you know,
Wow.
fun nuggets.
Very cool. All right, so
That was terrible. I apologize. I'm gonna go jump off a cliff or something.
all right, peace. I'll
No,
see
don't
you.
do it. No, don't do it.
I'll see you on Monday.
Yeah, see you guys. Wait a minute.
All right, so my story will be about. But Pudgeon was here because he was one of the students that did this. The sorry.
Wait. What story is it? What story is it?
The social studies test that everyone failed but me. And I think Pudgeon passed.
Yeah, no, yeah. Oh
Your
wait,
parents probably told you if
no,
you didn't.
no,
So
no,
everyone
I do remember that I passed that. I do remember that, like, everyone failed. Was this the Jamestown one? I forget which one it was.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I was like, even, like, the smartest kid, we'll call her, I don't know.
Jeremy.
But one of the no, I'm not gonna
Miss
give her
Gold.
a name.
Jeremy.
Sure. Anyway, she didn't even pass. I was just so confused because I think I got like a 99, and I remember they were all yelling at me because I was like, man, I couldn't get a 100, and everyone else had like a 60. I was just like, hey
I remember
guys.
Well, I
one of the
was so
smartest kid-
confused. He was
I
so
remember one of the
confused.
smartest kids in my class got like a 45.
Oh, oh yeah.
We'll call him macaroni and cheese for convenience.
Oh, okay. That I don't want. I want to call that convenience. That's pretty. That's pretty long of a name. I'll just call him Mac.
So confused at why everyone was yelling at me for the writing on my arm. I don't really know what was that for.
Was it a swastika?
Oh. Speaking of swastika, Tempest, remember when we read a book about World War II and someone drew a swastika on a post-it note and stuck it on a window?
No,
How do you
Excuse me,
not
what?
remember that? We were in
Excuse me.
fifth
I
grade.
just.
In fifth
Oh
grade.
wait, no. In fifth grade, I wasn't in your class. All right, I guess.
Yeah, I know,
guess
but it
it's a
was still
perfect.
it was with the English teacher, so we would have switched in.
I
You would have been in her classroom.
no, I had a different English teacher.
No, I think we.
It was stupid. No, it wasn't.
Wait, Pudgeon, can I continue the social studies test real quick?
Yeah, I'm
Oh, but I
sorry.
have to. All right,
So mac and cheese, he walked up to the teacher and he's like, "How could you do this to me? I'm one of your best students. I'm gonna get you fired." I'm like, I don't think that's okay. So
I remember
our,
this
our
now.
good buddy,
How
a good buddy of
old was
ours,
he?
he was 13.
Oh.
Wait, didn't
Because it would have been funny if he was like a 9-year-old. I'm like, gotta get you fired.
9-year-olds would say I take away all your V-Bucks.
Yeah,
My
there's
dad
no
works for Epic
intimidation.
Games, guys.
No,
I mean,
if that
anyone
was the
under
situation,
5'4"
if that was the
is more
situation,
intimidating.
Mac and Cheese would have jumped up on his chair and being like, "We like Fortnite. We like Fortnite." Like the Fortnite kid he is.
Didn't he play Fortnite? I
He
think that
still
was like,
does.
yeah, okay.
Hey, so do you guys.
I mean,
and, like
yeah,
this
so
set
do we.
I don't play it anymore. I
Yeah.
haven't played in like the weeks.
You still play it.
I
Anyways,
still
just
do. I just haven't gone on. All right,
continue.
so a good buddy of ours, Summer. This is not the lowest grade he's gotten. That's another story.
Oh yeah. No, you can say that
Um,
later.
I'll
I
probably
wasn't
say
there,
it like
but-
right after because
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
we'll say
pretty.
it right after. Like I wasn't there. I
Oh.
joined the year after, but anyways, continue with
Yeah.
that story.
Pudgeon, this was like your first test with us. I think.
Yeah, no, it was like my first social studies test, I think.
Why didn't
Yeah.
you speak brain?
So what we, so Summer got, of course, like a 24.
Disclaimer:
thought it was-
first social studies test at the new school. Sorry, just had to put that out there.
Pudgeon, you must have thought, damn, these kids are fucking stupid.
No, the thing is, like, when I shadowed, you guys seemed like the smartest class. You seemed so quiet, and then when I joined, it was just all hell broke loose for 7th and 8th
Yeah, it was a
grade.
new teacher. It was a new teacher, so we had to fit her in. You know what I'm saying?
Fit her in.
We had to show her around. You know, just show her how we do shit.
So everyone else
Sounds
kept you
like
at
something
bay,
from
and
a
it was just her. And then Miss P, for 8th grade, just didn't give the shit.
Oh.
She just gave up.
No, Mrs. P actually like kept us in line.
No, she did most of the time.
Yeah, she did.
Remember when I took my mini staple and I started shooting staples at you.
I don't
She
think-
no, the thing was she yelled at me for it, but I guess she didn't see the staple shooter. She was like, "What are you doing? Sit down." I'm just like, "Oh, you know that works as long as I don't get yelled at for shooting staples at you."
Mrs. P, he's shooting staples again. I'm gonna email her right now and be
Again.
like, "Do you remember the situation when Pudgeon was shooting around staples?" She'd be like, "Jojo, why are you why do you do these things?" I'll be yeah. I'll probably be like,
You know,
I
she'd
don't
probably
know.
yell at you instead of remember yelling at me, even though she never saw me actually.
She'll probably yell at me for tattling.
Even though, like, she definitely didn't know I shot staples unless she did, and she just gave up on
She just
yelling
left
at
you
me.
off the hook.
Or that, yeah. No, 'cause
So,
she definitely liked me.
Yeah.
I think.
So after that, we went to a Catholic school. So we had to take like confirmation tests and all that stupid shit. Ooh, just burped up dinner. Oh god, that's not sitting well. So, well, God damn it, I can't even finish the story. So, I studied hard for this test because good Catholic kid that I was. Don't say anything.
In air
Um,
quotation marks.
yup. Um, so our buddy was like, "Hey, can I go to the bathroom?" So 10 minutes goes by. He doesn't come back. 10 minutes goes by. Or wait, no. 15 minutes goes by. He's still not back. We're like,
He's on a mission to
something's
the
not right.
moon. He's not coming back.
20 minutes go by. We're looking around because half of us have finished the test. Half an hour. I finished my test. I handed in, and like my teacher was always good. Like she would always like look at like this, and she'd be like, "Are you sure this is right? Go try again."
Oh yeah.
So
She literally gave you like the answer sometimes. I remember on like one of the
Yeah.
finals she gave me an answer. I was just like, thanks.
I remember one of the years she gave us like she let us use our study goods.
Oh no, yeah, she did. And like I think I still failed it.
I think I did
I
too.
think we
but no.
all failed the things or the
No,
finals for her.
because Goldilocks fucking passed.
Goldilocks. Anyways.
So continuing, so I finished the test, and she's like, Jotaro, can you please go check on Can you go
Summer.
check on Summer? And I'm like, okay. So I walk in, do my business, acting like I'm not there, because I just really needed to piss. So I go up to the stall. I'm like, Summer, buddy, you okay in there? And he's like, yeah, just give me a minute. I'm like, you all
Based.
right? He's like, I ate something I shouldn't have. I'm like, I'm like, what did you eat this time? He's like, tuna
Everything.
tacos. I'm like, are you allergic to tuna? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my god. So
Unbased.
I go back. He comes back like 5 minutes later because he thinks he's gonna get in a whole like thing of trouble. So he comes back, and a week later we get our tests back. Pudgeon failed, because he wasn't here. I got a 97. Smart boy Jotaro.
Based. I mean, it's like a test on the rosary. How easy can it be? Or how hard can it be?
Okay, it was actually pretty hard because it was like a diagram and shit. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, but it's not that hard.
They have
I mean,
diagrams for those.
Yeah.
yeah,
I went
it
to
was
Catholic
probably just
school
like
too, we didn't do-
arrows pointing at each bead saying, "What is this prayer?" Was it literally that?
Yeah. And
That's
like,
so fucking
Wait, what?
easy. Holy shit!
That's easy because like
No,
50 of
no,
them
and it's
are.
like,
50 of
what's
them
the
are
mystery?
mysteries.
And name all 5 of the mysteries. I'm pretty sure I cheated on that test.
The mysteries aren't even that hard. You just
I can
No.
never remember those.
No, for 7th grade, I had a note on my shirt. Like, I had a note on the inside of my shirt. And I would just, like, do that. And I had, like, a Band-Aid that I would rip off and had the answer on it.
Alright, listen. Not saying I ever did this, because I didn't. But
But
I
we
think
did.
the best way of cheating is to, like, take a water bottle, like, a water bottle you have at home, like a reusable, like, metal one or something like that. And what you do is you put, like, you, like, tape in answers to the test, and then you act like you're drinking water, and you just look at the answers while you're, in air quotes, drinking
Pudgeon,
water.
I have a complaint.
What?
Aren't all water bottles reusable?
Yeah, but I mean, like, not like a, not like
the metal ones,
not,
yeah, I
not
know.
like
I
a
just,
plastic one.
I just
Like,
want
You
to
I
know
would,
don't
if
want
that's
there's
I
it to
meant.
be see-through. But honestly, you're putting this much energy into cheating. Just study, Lamau.
True. You're spending like
wow.
you're spending 20 minutes trying to put answers in a water bottle. You can spend that 20 minutes studying. Boom, you're ready.
So
Also, you saved your hand the pain of writing stuff.
Oh yeah.
So Summer, he gets his test, and we're like, "Oh, what'd you get?" Because we would always talk about what we get, even though the teacher's like, "Don't go talking around about what
Yeah.
you guys got."
No, they'll immediately say like,
First thing we'll
you
do
don't have
is,
to
"What the
share or
f-
don't
what
share
did you get?
grades. And like as soon as you get in the class, you're like asking everyone.
What did you get?" I got a 4.
No, he got a 16. You didn't get a 4. He didn't do
No,
that bad.
no, that was actually close to the grade that Summer got.
Oh, he got a 16. I
No,
remember.
I got a 17.
Oh, never mind. I mean, I remember because someone told me a story.
You're welcome.
But yeah.
Oh wait, this reminds me of a good one. So I wasn't in this class, but someone in the grade ahead of us. I found out after a while. But apparently on one of the tests they took, they got like a negative score. It was like they got all the questions wrong. And then because it was the specific teacher, they put the name and their date wrong. So they got like 2 points off for that. So they ended with a -2.
Wait. Was this at our middle school / elementary school, Tempest?
I mean, yeah.
Was it
Mine, I
was
was
it the advanced math teacher?
no, that was
Oh,
no.
was
It was a religion teacher.
oh wait, like the religion / math teacher?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good. I have another story about that one. So this was last year. Like when everything shut down and whatever. But basically, before, so for some, she was a weird teacher. But we had to keep like this spiritual journal, and like
Oh
I
God.
forget what we had to write like uh I don't remember, like prayers or something that we came up with or something. It was strange. Not like any other religion teacher I've ever had. But anyways,
Religion teachers are just
she
weird to begin
collects
with.
notebooks. She says it was actually pretty close to when we shut down. She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna try and get these back to you." No, she didn't say that. She was like, "I'm gonna collect these and I'm gonna go over your work." And then everything shut down. Now here's the thing. It's been well over a year. We still haven't got our notebooks. We left the school because we were in the last year. So, and some of my friends had stuff that they liked. They did some pretty cool drawings in their notebook, and they wanted that back. So, I wouldn't even be
Oh God, I have
surprised
a
if
story
someone
now.
I wouldn't even be surprised if someone left like some money in there. I mean, probably not, but like, just think of it.
Yeah, no one's
You
gonna leave
accidentally
money in a
dropped
notebook
like
that the teacher
$5.
collects.
Yeah, if you leave like $5, they fell in your notebook. You're not seeing that $5 ever again.
I'm keeping that
Plus,
$5.
that notebook, it's like $1. Like and you're not getting them back. Big sad. Yeah, I have the worst school stories.
Here, I have a story about our Latin class and our notebooks. Whether you know that or
Oh,
not.
No, it's actually our school books. Our
wait, is
Latin
No,
it
school
this
books.
year?
no. Oh yeah, but we also did notebooks too.
Yeah.
Wait, 2 years ago.
And the desk. People wrote it in the desk. Like I remember in a desk I wrote that's a lot of damage.
I think I wrote Phil Swift for new Pope or something stupid.
And that wait for I remember in the notebooks I remember what someone wrote Michael Jackson and it said like original, like how it originally, like the date it was like originally picked up, but someone wrote black and then it said returned and then
Oh
someone
wait, I
wrote white.
remember that. Oh wait,
No,
oh
that's from
wait,
our
no,
school.
no.
So
Hang on,
yeah, it's from our school.
that happened at my school too.
But someone wrote Michael Jackson, originally black,
Issued white,
returned
returned
white.
black. Oh wait, other way around. Whoops.
Oh, you idiot! And then someone
Yeah,
else wrote like
I'm
so
thinking
that.
of Ariana
No, that's
Grande.
like a few other. There was like a few other ones that said like Batgirl, Lightning McQueen, Batman. I think some one of them said SpongeBob, and like
No,
the
there was one that was like Cookie.
Oh yeah. What is
Someone wrote Lee Harvey Oswald in mine. So what we would do is, so we just tried to be the biggest douche, like imaginable. So in our books, like a couple of our friends would draw like, oh, well, it will be funny. Let's draw swastikas.
Oh god.
There was another one that was like,
This is where the
I'm not
fun
allowed to. I'm
begins.
not allowed to say that. I'm not allowed to say it, but I'll DM it to. I'll DM it to all of us, just so you guys know what I'm talking about, because
Alright,
it's
just type it up. Do, 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 do.
You don't have to do that. I'll just keep continuing with the story while I'm typing it.
Multitasking.
So,
Anyways,
he went to my book, and I didn't cross anything out because I had nothing bad. So I was like, all right, I'm just chilling, chill. So so he finds it and he goes. So the teacher goes, Jotaro, can you come here real quick? I'm like, yeah. He's like, what is this? I'm like, I just got bored in class and I started drawing. He's like, yeah, but what's the drawing? I'm like, oh, it's a dude doing a kickflip on a scooter. He's like, what in God's green earth are you doing in Latin class drawing a lizard on a scooter doing a kickflip? I'm like, have you seen everyone else's notebooks? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, why are you yelling at me for doing a damn lizard that's doing a kickflip? And you're not yelling at everyone else. He's like, Jotaro, it's just I've never been more proud of you as a student. I'm like, thanks. He's like, at the end of our 8th grade year, we had to because of all the COVID things, we had to go around, bring all our books back. He's like, and this was his final year. So we go by and we're like, where are you gonna go now? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna do my own thing. So we let him do that. So he goes, before you leave, Jotaro, I want you to know something. I'm like, oh God, did he find it? And
Hi.
he's like, so he tells me, you were always one of my favorite students. I'm like, wait, what? He's
someone liked me?
He's like, you were one of my favorite students. Almost all the teachers here can say that you were one of our favorite students. I'm like, gee, thanks.
Also, you know that drawing with that wizard doing a kickflip? That was me. Oh wait.
No, he knew it was me. No,
No.
in the back of the book.
You, it was me. I was the wizard doing a kickflip.
So no,
it's not funny when it's not me, is it?
No, but I'm like, oh God, he found it, and I told my dad, I'm like, I think he found it. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I made a teacher tier list in the back of my book. He's like, wait, what? I'm like, I made a teacher tier list in the back of my book. He's like, let me see. And I showed him, and I think he was in like C tier. But,
was anyone in S tier?
The music teacher and the science teacher.
Okay, yeah. Alright, I can see that.
And A tier was Mr. E.
What about Miss Blue?
Miss Blue was like bottom tier. She sucked as a teacher, dog.
No, she was a good teacher, but
she was a good teacher. It's just she couldn't contain us.
That is true. I remember she would give us candy to shut up, but once she gave us candy, it was like giving catfish. It was always every day you'd have to do it.
No, and then we would complain when we didn't get any.
Yeah.
Because we were just needy bastards.
Ouch.
So,
can confirm.
So I was very surprised that she never found that, or he never found that. It.
Alright, Papa Abraham, you got any stories?
I got one.
Alright.
So, back in my school, my elementary school, there used to be these news broadcasts that the students would make every Friday, and it would basically recap the week and all that. And what we would do is we would put it on the projectors in the front of rooms, and we would just go to different classes to watch it.
Oh, I know the story.
So one day, me and my class, I was in first grade, mind you, we went to Mrs. Tominski's room. All right. So I should probably give a little backstory. I recently watched an episode of the Tom and Jerry cartoon, and there was a scene where like Tom and Jerry are on a boat, and like there was someone waving to them with like a tissue or something. So I was like, oh, that must be like a really nice way to say bye. So everybody's like leaving the class as soon as like the news is over, and I see Mrs. Tominsky, and the only thing I had in my pocket was my glove. So I was like, okay, bye. And then I guess I was walking a little too fast. And then she's like, hold it, young man. And I turn around, she's right in my face. And she like literally like chastises me for 5 whole minutes on how I shouldn't walk so fast and blah blah blah. And I was trying to hold back tears. So everybody's just looking at like this 35-year-old woman like yelling at a 7-year-old. And I remember just like
Because
walking
he
out of the
ran too
classroom.
fast.
Yeah. I was walking out of the classroom and I sat at my desk and I just put my head down and started crying.
Don't you know, young man, you can't go 0.05 kilowatts over the speed limit. We have those to know.
I detect a good time and I don't like it.
Did I smell speed? Oh no, when you said about the glove thing, I thought you were going to challenge the teacher to a duel or something. Like,
Yeah, I took the glove out and I slapped her across the face with it and I told her to wipe.
I will meet you at dawn.
I
Meet
challenge
me.
you to a duel. Whoosh.
Oh, speaking of duels, so, I might have the worst school stories, but fortunately, they're pretty short. So one time in first grade,
Just
I
like
was
you.
pretty good friends with the kid who I sat next to, right? And one day we both had scissors, but you know the nice thing about scissors is you can kind of hold it like a pew pew. And so we had this bright idea. Why don't we have a duel? So I don't know how we got away with this, but we got up, we walked to the back. We were in the back, but we got up, we stood in the back of the classroom, backs to each other. We took a couple steps. We turned around, pretending to shoot each other, fell on the ground. It was a lot of fun.
That sounds
And
amazing.
that's it. That's it. It's not that special, but yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm
I have a story kind of like that. So for the first 3 months, this is in 5th grade. I had a new teacher who taught us like
Oh my
science
gosh.
and math. But
Oh,
like
that was funny.
during science, yeah, no, he knows. Tempest knows how to talk about. But during science, and she also taught us social studies. I'm gonna call her Miss B. But so
Why was she a
like
bitch?
no, no.
She was
Well,
nice. She just didn't.
she was
couldn't
nice,
teach.
but she had no clue how to teach. She was kind of like Miss Blue. Anyways,
Okay.
so me and
But no
Lightning
candy.
Strike, me and Lightning Strike, he's a friend of ours who might show up
I
on the
love
podcast,
Lightning
might
Strike.
not. Anyway, me and him like sat across from each other, and what we do is we take things like out of our out of our pencil case, like pencils, pens, scissors, and I have like tape, right? So what we do is during science class, I don't know how Miss B never noticed this because it was kind of obvious. Anyways, like we would like draw faces on like scissors, pens, pencils, and we'd like make out paper guns and like tape them to our pens, and we'd like have mini wars. Voice crack. We'd have like mini wars with each other, and we like act like someone was dying or like a pen was dying, and then like I remember one day after class, like I just hung. I took tape and I just hung like all the pens and
You hung
pencils
yourself?
that died that day under my desk, and I like left them there for a week. And when I showed Lightning Strike, he just like died of laughter. The teacher just seemed so confused. We never got caught for it because it was never anything harmful. It was just really dumb, and I didn't learn a thing of science until like January that year.
Oh, you know what's pretty funny though? With science class was or science social studies, whatever. It was very interesting. So since I'm such a massive wrinkle brain, I was in like a good math class that was different from everyone else. But like it started in 5th grade, and I honestly wasn't great at it, but I stuck with it. And you were there too, cousin. But
Yeah.
uh, anyways. So it's like the first day, right? And like, I had math before social studies or science or whatever it was. I don't remember. But anyways, I'm like, yeah, I like social studies. It's a fun class. I love learning about history. Let's go. And we were a little late, but anyways, we get up there, we walk in the door, and what do we find? Everyone dancing around the room. I'm not joking. So basically, for a lot of times, before class or whatever, no, it was like during class. It was beginning of class. We would do like Go Noodle.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
yeah, keep in mind, Go Noodle was kind of designed for like 7-year-olds, and
Oh
well,
yeah.
we were really like 10, but like
Yeah, no, we were like 10,
that was
11.
not fun. So I came out. I was so weirded out because everyone's like jumping up and down, and then one of my
I
friends was
wasn't
sitting,
late.
and
I
I
liked
just
it just
sat
because
down. I
it
was.
wasn't class time, so it was like
It
us
was.
just.
I mean, looking back, I kind of liked. I liked to learn, but it was a fantastic waste of time.
Oh
That
yeah.
same teacher. Also, at the end of the school year, we for science we watched a Netflix documentary about how the moon landing was fake.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I wasn't entirely sure. I'm like, okay, some fair points. Still think it happened, but I wonder how many kids walked home that day and like the moon
Okay.
landing was fake.
Okay, so I also have a very funny story.
Wait, can I just tell a quick one real quick? Sorry,
Go
Jodor.
for it.
Just because you're part of this one. In fact, it might be the same story.
One time,
So,
a 3-year-old drowned in our toilets.
no.
That was
So,
not fun.
We
Just
drowned him.
kidding.
shut up.
Or
Shut
am
up.
I?
Shut up. Alright, anyways. So,
Yeah, I
this
was
was
the
like.
entire preschool.
So, so half of our class like did the talent show. All right, I'm gonna tell two quick stories because of this. But half of our class did the talent show, and me, Jotaro, and Summer, and a friend of ours, Grislow, didn't.
The
Didn't.
talent.
They did. We didn't. So like, I remember one day we were walking upstairs. Listen. I'm voice crack full tonight, and my nose is stuffy, so I sound like a complete utter mess. But anyways, I remember we were walking up the stairs, and Miss P was like, "So why didn't you guys do the talent show?" I'm like, "Why would I do the talent show? But I have no talent to be shown."
I thought you were gonna tell the story when we had a dance
No,
party
no,
and
I am. I was leading to that. But anyways, like after that, we head to science class. And the teacher was
this is the
furious when I said
same
that.
day.
Yeah, no, this is the same day. Like the teacher was furious because of that. Anyway, we had the science class, and we get in the room, and the because this was like right after we got back from lunch, so the talent show people weren't back yet. So it's just us, or me, Summer, Jotaro, and Grislow. At that time, Grislow pulled out his phone. He played jazz music while each of us got a
I was,
turn riding Summer. It was great.
whoa,
Not in
whoa,
a gay
whoa,
way. Not in a
whoa.
gay way. Not in a gay way. It was
Even
Yeah,
if you are
I
gay, there's
think this.
nothing wrong with that. We
yeah.
fully
No.
support
No.
you.
No.
Yeah,
No. We do. But
science proves it's not gay to kiss the homes goodnight.
that is true. Science does back us up. Anyway, it was great. Like we're not allowed to have phones in class either. Like they'll teachers will like take them away and give them to the principal. But Miss F, the science teacher, was just like, I don't care. Like she literally said she would, but she didn't. Like he pulled it out, showed it to her, and then she did. She just didn't.
We
She was
just
just
played
chill
Epic
that day.
Sax Guy.
Yeah, we just played epic sax while we
And then
rode
we went
John.
outside.
Oh yeah, no,
We went
yeah.
outside.
We went outside.
That sounds fun.
Well,
In my high school, one of our English teachers, I liked him a lot. I thought he was good. I guess other people didn't, because like he would be teaching and everyone in class would have their phone out. It was pretty funny because he never caught anyone, even though it's fairly obvious. It was like above the screen level, obvious, but yeah,
General,
I'm telling you, I'm the worst at this.
then also going outside that class also reminds me of remember when we ruined our 7th grade after our like end of the school year party? There was like shaving cream and like other random stuff and
Oh
like water
yeah,
balloons and
we
water
ruined
guns
Fresh's
and like
sweatshirt.
we were supposed yeah we ruined Fresh's sweatshirt.
Not like
We
Fresh, like Laser Beam, but
yeah, but like one of our friends we just called him Fresh. Anyway, there was like we ruined his sweatshirt with shaving cream. Those water balloons for like for a specific game, like a water balloon toss. But everyone took like 2 or 3 water balloons. We just had an all-out war, and it was great. Everyone like walked in soaked, and the teacher yelled at us for the next hour of the school day. But it was worth it because we had just a complete and utter blast.
Hey, I
so
mean, Well,
I have
time
another
you got
story.
spent yelled at, you got dried off, so that's
Yeah,
also a bonus.
yeah, it was very based.
I have a very fun story.
Say it.
So this is kind of a thing to do with like I just saw it on my Instagram feed. So the Eagles just lost to 35-0 against
Oh
the
yeah, no, I
Patriots.
saw that. Don't. It's
So this is a
preseason though.
so this is a perfect introduction on when I wore
Oh
my
yeah,
team, Washington football team,
yeah, which is
to
an awful,
Eagles Day
awful
at our
team.
school.
Yeah, no. So like it was like the playoffs, and like the Eagles were like the next 2 days was like getting ready for the next game, and they're like support your team while wearing your an Eagles jersey. And
Mhm.
Joe Burrow just wore a Washington
I showed up in a
football
Sean
team jersey.
I shown up in a Sean Taylor jersey.
I
The
showed up.
guy who was notorious for getting shot in the head
Wow,
to
that's
school.
dark.
Well, yeah, he was kind of shot.
Wait, what's his name?
Sean
Sean
Taylor.
Taylor, he
Insert
was shot in
keyboard
the hit and
clacking.
run.
Oh, he died.
Yeah, he was shot.
No shit, Sherlock.
Dumbass.
He was shot.
He died at like 25.
He was definitely one of the greatest
Actually,
safeties
he was
though.
24. So,
That's even worse.
oh.
Laugh.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sometimes it
okay.
hurts being this right.
I love how we're laughing about like one of the greatest like
Hey,
NFL talents of all time.
Tempest
Getting shot in the
is because Tempest is a loser that doesn't get any pussy.
Wait,
Just
why
doesn't
kidding.
re-
It's just a prick.
He doesn't respect.
No one
I
does. He
don't
doesn't
do the
respect.
I don't do the ball game. Like I'm not a sports guy.
You played Madden Mobile at one point.
So
That
let me
was like
continue.
fourth
Let me
grade.
continue.
But
I
yeah,
said let
that
me
was
continue.
Imagine being a
So-
Steelers fan,
Oh,
going 11-5 and then losing to the Browns first round. All right, sorry. Just
imagine
Wait,
being,
what?
trying to
imagine
throw
being
that out there.
Were they the
imagine
team that
being-
didn't win a single game last year or 2 years ago?
That was
Imagine-
last year.
imagine being an undefeated team and then being beaten by a team where you can unironically say "Go team."
Yikes.
So I'm gonna continue. So our teacher, I actually showed up late to this day at a doctor's appointment. So our
Fancy.
teacher was like, "Oh, what are you wearing?" She thought it was my school uniform at first, and like I stood up to present in front of the class, and Mrs. Blue was like, "Jotaro, what are you wearing?" I'm like, She did like she did like the teacher walk around you when you're on
Oh,
dress
yeah.
down day and you know you're wearing something inappropriate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like assless chaps and and a gimp suit.
Alright,
What?
well,
That
anyways.
never happened to me.
So she was like, "Okay, can you take that off, please?" I'm like, "No."
Okay.
Mrs. Blue was like, "What do you mean, no?" I'm like, "No." She's like, Jojo, I'm telling you now, take off the damn jersey." I'm like, "No." She's like, you can't do this. I'm a teacher." I'm like, "Okay." And she was like, "Okay, come with me to the principal's office." I'm like, "No."
You should have just. Oh, you wait, it's not over, is it?
So, and then the math teacher made me take it off, but I actually took it off because I actually like that math teacher. We'll
I
call
was
her
gonna say.
Mrs.
Miss
Mrs.
P2.
Vodka.
Okay.
Vodka. If you know her, you would know it.
Oh
Did you
yeah.
have did you have an undershirt on? Because I was gonna say like
Nope.
take off.
Alright, and with that, I think
Friggin'
we're gonna
no.
end it off
Friggin'
here with our
Friggin'
first.
novice sucks.
We will have Novice on later. Alright, that's School
Yeah.
Stories Part 2. Glad to have you here, Tempest. It was a pleasure.
Well,
and with that, I think
happy
that's us,
being on.
boys. Adios.
Better hide your kids.
Alvida's
Arrivederci.